What's going on, guys? Your boy Savage back with another video, and today I'm coming to you guys revolving something around Shindo generations. So I'm basically going to be speaking upon the fact of why this wasn't exactly the one to continue on the channel, but also why it's still relatively in a way canon to the current series that's going to be coming up. And yeah, so I'm just going to be explaining that. Yeah, so let's get right into it. But before I do, drop that.
Suck up the rags, fuck up the max, light up the night and I never look back. I am the hunter, you are the monster. I am the entity, I am the haunter. Fight with no water, fight with no water. Bring me the leg, I won't choke on no waves. Motherfucker, I am the product and never feeling my feelings. I run up on them in the middle of the night and I kill them.
Okay, so basically starting off with the trailer. So let me just break it down for you guys right here. Hopefully it will not. Let me just make sure. Okay, I'm recording, that's good, but I'm trying to make sure that the video won't be having any noise. This is definitely important. I don't think that's gonna work. But okay, so basically I'm gonna explain what's happening in this trailer. And I'm gonna speak into the mic, so hopefully you guys will be able to actually hear me.
The age of shinobi is over.
Okay, so basically what's happening here is that so I'm gonna just give you the whole rundown in a quick sense. This whole series right here is an alternate reality or alternative reality of the main series that we're gonna be coming out with soon. Which a little sneak peek about it, it's gonna be called the Tale of Genesis. Genesis, the name of a team. I'm gonna give you the little lore and rundown of it too. So Genesis is a Team Genesis. So the Tale of Genesis. Team Genesis is a team of where each specific certain people in this team from different generations, because of course Genesis it has Gen in it, and this is Gen 3 of Team Genesis, and Genesis also means new beginning or the beginning. So yeah, it's kind of just all adds up. So I personally did the final call on this, but yeah, so Team Genesis is basically a team that goes out to make things right in the world, and then in, like, you know, the Shindo world, and trying to stop wars basically from happening, and just try to unify everybody, which, you know, they're unsuccessful because it's been like multiple, like 3 gens already. So yeah, but basically this is also inspired by Chris Shindo's roleplay, so yeah, if you guys are wondering. But yeah, so besides that, back to this. So this alternative reality roleplay where Shindo Generations. This is an alternate reality where Katsuki, Mari, and then Leon were in a team together, and just a regular team. These guys take place in Gen 2, but in their reality. So this is where, so this is in a different, so this takes place back in Gen 2 Gen 2 time, but in a different reality where events turned out differently. So understand, this isn't our dads or uncles or whatever, or ancestors or whatever. It's just an alternate reality of us in a different gen. So just want to establish that. Which also explains why Mari has Satori instead of Shindai. Yeah, so for that exact reason of why he doesn't have Shindai, and yeah. Now, for the reason of the rest of the series. So we're just gonna say that because I didn't really think about it in the end, but basically this right here is the rest of the episodes where he has Shindai, including the first episode. He has Shindai and all that stuff, the backstory of him. Basically, here's what happened. So he does have Shindai and all that stuff, but later on, the reason why this shows the future of him having Satori is because, so basically Shindai was taken out it. So yeah, his eyes were taken from him later on by someone mysterious, and those eyes were used to try to be used without Mari being able to interfere of the resurrection of Shindai Akuma or Miro Akuma. So later Mari got his eyes healed, and as she got the eyes of Satori, or the DNA of Satori, transplanted into him, which his eyes then kind of correlated and combined the genetic makeup into with his eyes and the DNA, and then you can kind of figure out what happens there. So basically, he gains the Satori, Satori's Susanoo, or true samurai spirit, and just his spirit in general. So basically, Satori is still a sun spirit because I'm pretty sure he does use the power of the sun, as you can tell from his bloodline. Whoops, switched that to a different episode on accident.
The age.
But yeah, so basically that's what happened with Mari and why he has different Susanoo. So yeah, we could have continued the roleplay just with this explanation, but to be honest, the roleplay we're trying to go for is going to be way better and be way more cinematic, and it's just gonna, yeah. So let me not get off track. So next thing to explain,
Shinobi.
where is it? Basically, that's mine right now, but so yeah, basically at this point, this is all, yeah, let me explain what's going on here in the trailer. So yeah, so basically what's happening right now in this little scene right here with this whole Suzuki right here. So let me first explain. The Age of Shinobi is over. The Age of Shindo is over. This is exactly why I put that scene right there. Then a little clash between me and the Suzuki. And then we say how we can't give up, even though we throw multiple things at him, we still can't give up, but he's really strong. But in the end, we still got to keep going because we're still Shindo or Shinobi, whatever. So, yeah, but the Suzuki here is just a random Suzuki. We never really planned out to see who exactly he was really going to be. But in the end, this ended up turning out to be exactly the roleplay we were going for. So the only thing I can say for this and the explanation for this is an alternate reality. So this was actually, I'm going on a whim here and saying that where is the guy? Where is he? He's him right here. So as if you couldn't tell, this is the guy who played the Suzuki at the time because we didn't have enough people to do the trailer with. But basically, the explanation I have for this is he later on gets a fate spirit, which soon overtakes him, and then just separates from him with some sort of jutsu, which with this, now they're separated, and this Suzuki is just an unnamed Suzuki. Well, not unnamed, but it's just a Suzuki that so far we still don't know of. Just because it's a trailer and we haven't got to that part yet. But so yeah, so basically we're fighting against his god or Suzuki. But yeah, so when it comes to him, he's another member of our team. After Leon died off, we were planning to kill him off. He was going to be something else later, and he was going to be a part of our team. And his name was going to be Jackson, of course, as you saw in the trailer. But basically, I'm trying to think. So yeah, that's after. So after that, besides that, we're basically fighting him. And we're basically just trying to take him out. This is literally trying to save the whole Shindo world because he's trying to obliterate everybody and recreate a new world. where he has the tree, the divine tree, which he can just get the chakra fruit, and then after that, just become a full-on most powerful
The
god.
age of
And once that happens, he'll just recreate everybody from the bottom up and just create them in his own image. But yeah, that never happened because, as you can kind of assume, we would defeat him. Or no, it could have been a different outcome. But besides that, yeah. Now let's get into episode 1. So yeah,
Shinobi is over.
pretty sure this is episode 1. Wait, hold on. Let me see this trailer. Yeah, this is episode 1. Okay, so right here we're just practicing our little, doing a little training montage of us trying to do an ultimate team move together, which is, of course I was still a bit rusty because I haven't role played in a while, including when it was like to get it all on camera and stuff. But I was thinking ahead and like thinking about how animes look and remembering how my old role plays went, which were kind of terrible. No, they were terrible, not gonna lie. I never got the camera angles, I never got the views, and I never got the shots of exactly how it was supposed to be. And now, and then looking back at this, I got it pretty much decently and good. And yeah, so yeah, we're just doing a little training move here, and then after that, after we get done with this, yeah, okay. Yeah, so once he kneeled down, what's more kneeled down right here, as you can tell, including his text color change, you can tell he wasn't himself anymore. And yeah, if I had added voice lines in here earlier, then maybe you would have been able to tell more. But yeah, so even if it wasn't obvious, it is kind of. But yeah, so basically he turns into Miro, Akuma. Now, full rundown on Miro. It's also a rundown in the Senko history episode. It was a filler episode, but yeah. So basically, Miro is like So basically, let me just give y'all the whole rundown. So Shindai, he was a philosopher. The whole backstory on Shindai. Later on, he used a jutsu that let his spirit pass on 3 generations, and all that stuff. And then soon Miro gained the fate spirit of Shindai. That held Shindai's essence, and also Kagaku's, because that's what Shindai had on him as well. So, of course, the fate spirit didn't resonate with him. It wouldn't resonate with him until Shindai was actually resurrected, so it could be used to its fullest potential, or even used at all. So yeah, so the spirit of Shindai went into Miro. Miro gained Shindai's prowess, and then used the same jutsu that Shindai used once backed into a corner after a few years of war to pass on his spirit to another Akuma to carry on to soon possess that body of another Akuma, which then he would let Shindai soon awaken in that body, or no. So basically, once he found a body that was right, or a candidate, he would then take over that body, and then after that, he would give up his consciousness to let Shindai awaken after all those years, so that way the real plan could begin. So yeah, once Miro consciousness fully took over, it was pretty much over for Mari, but there was still a decent chance. But after Miro was gone and Shindai took over, there was no way of Mari was coming back. There was no way he was coming back, because that's 2 consciousness that were inside him, in which and also the will of too, which is pretty hard to come across, it's pretty hard to try to fight back against. But yeah, so basically that's the whole story on that. And same thing for Minakaze. Minakaze did the same thing, so that way there would be somebody with his power to be able to stop his blood brother Shindai, which soon came to Dio, and then came to me, Gotsuki, but in this alternate reality. And yeah. So yeah, basically this is Miro. He was still under the influence and will of Shindai, so he was trying to get the tail beast that was inside of Katsuki. And yeah, this basically just explains itself. So there's a whole fight going on, and basically he was trying basically saying how in the middle fight the body isn't really exactly ripe for the picking, I guess. And he was just like, I mean, it is the first time of awakening, so of course he wasn't going to be there for too long. He wouldn't be able to access too many of his abilities as he was. But yeah, so let's go through this little fight scene right here. And basically these clones were supposed to be visible to me, so I couldn't see it, but I would be able to like feel it, of course. But yeah, so here's where his time runs out. Here's where his time runs out, and basically where Mari starts to wake up back up again. And so yeah, when this happens, some of the ability, Mari's body remembers some of the abilities that he used when acting as Miro, or when he was taken over by Miro. So he keeps those abilities and learns to harness those in later episodes and just in general. And then Miro was also a little I forgot to put that in the back. Miro was also like a little medic ninja. It's just nothing really too important, but it explains why Mari has these abilities as well. He unlocked some abilities that weren't even used in the fight, but it was still passed on into Mari's body because it was just an all muscle memory. Yeah, all that stuff. So yeah, descendant of Miro and Shindo Akuma, because Miro is a descendant of Shindai and Mari's a descendant of Miro, and yeah, you can kind of see that. So anyway, so basically, yeah, he heals me and then he heals Leon, and then we basically try to explain to him, but he doesn't, he doesn't get it. He's confused, and yeah, just just like, and in the end he's just very confused and doesn't know what happened. But in the end he ends up apologizing, and yeah. So after that, the 8 gates, at that point, the 8 gates at this scene right here was just a joke, but at the same time, like I said, Shindai and Miro, they have abilities that can be passed on from muscle memory after one has awakened in said mind, or said mindscape, in consciousness. So yeah, this, just don't forget I said this is also a joke too. Get him open, yeah. But yeah, besides that, now when we did this teleportation scene, we were when we did this teleportation scene, it was so freaking cool. Like, we couldn't get over it. That was like one of the coolest scenes in this, no matter what. That was like the second coolest scene. The first one, in my opinion, that was the second coolest. The first one was where Mari used the sun, or not Mari, but Miro used the sun devastation a second time, and then and he used it on Leon, which actually hit, and it faded into his into his face, which was the best transition in my opinion. And these two right here are just the best. Yeah, so yeah, basically that's just like basic like speed and a bit of teleportation, but more really just speed. And as you can see, he said he just picked it up. Yeah, he just picked it up. So like I said, it's muscle memory. Those moves pass on and stay within his body because it's from muscle memory and all that crap. So yeah, to get into the classroom, then yeah, I'm saying how we're gonna become Shindo together, and yeah, that's basically it for episode 1. Oh jeez, I already went so long talking about that episode. But next up is episode 2. So basically, this is where we're doing a test, and we all completed. Mari completes it first, I complete the second, and then Leon completes the third, and then Eli completes it last, as you can see when he gets out of the classroom. And then he notices us, and whoops, that was not supposed to happen. And yeah, basically he notices us. So basically, I missed to put some dialogue right here because I forgot what exactly we were saying when we were in a voice chat. Because we usually just like usually actually get into the whole role play and like just say what we were trying to say, but I forgot to like remember. I just forgot what all we said, so I just put in some other stuff which revolved around the same situation of him joining our training session or not, which wasn't supposed to be all about that. Like somewhere around here, yeah, this is where we're supposed to be talking about where he was like him, Eli and Leon were part of the same bloodline. They had the same they both had a god in them and a fate spirit, and yeah. So talking about which one is stronger, which is exactly why Mari here says like which god is stronger, like which you stronger, which god is stronger. Basically just trying to figure that out. And there was supposed to be like a little episode in this the next episode actually skips that fight because I wanted to do it on purposely, just to a little cliffhanger and just to get flashbacks on that fight where we can show what happened, and it will emphasize more on the filler of why we're doing episodes like that. But yeah, so basically Mari was going to reawaken his, Miro was going to reawaken again. And with the second awaken, the more Miro awakens, the more he's able to take over, and the longer he stays, the longer his consciousness is able to take control. So yeah. Basically we're doing a 2v2. It's Eli and Leon versus Katsuki and Mari. And of course, if you didn't figure it out, there was going to be Awakening and the Gods too. So it's going to be pretty interesting. Shindo versus two gods. And then, the Nine Tails Awakening as well. So it was going to be a Nine Tails. It was basically going to be an all-out awakening for everybody. It was going to be pretty lit. Yeah, it was going to be in flashbacks though. But, it was thought that matters and all that stuff and how it was going to turn out. I keep accidentally pressing different episodes. But yeah, so basically we do a little clash near the end. No, not this. Yeah, so someone like right there, before this profile picture. But yeah, so basically he's not the nephew of Minakaze, he's the descendant of Minakaze and the cousin of Naramaki, because Naramaki, descendant of Minakaze and is the grandchild of Naramaki. So yeah, basically the son of Boramaki not Boramaki, sorry. He is the son of his father Katsuki, and Katsuki is the brother of Boramaki, because Boramaki in this reality had a brother, which is my father, or father from this reality, which is Katsuki, and Boramaki is the son of Naramaki. So yeah, that was supposed to be what that was. I mixed it up, but it's fine because it isn't exactly actual canon, but when it comes to like different realities into the series, it's relatively canon, but in a different reality, which I'll show scenes of this roleplay in the actual canon timeline roleplay that we're going to be doing. So yeah, so basically this just speaks about, this is basically Minakaze talking to me on how it's my destiny to awaken his power and how I need to stop Miro, and then also soon Shindai after from awakening inside of Mari's body and his mind, to just stop an incoming impending danger that's going to be taking over the village like very soon. So he's warning me that I need to stop doing things like on myself, stop trying to train on myself, and start getting serious about training and make sure to awaken the bloodline power, because he chose me specifically, knowing that I was different, or I was just the one to choose of this generation. Also because he didn't really have too much time left, because he already, Miro already chose Mari, so he didn't really have much time and pretty much any other choice. But besides that, basically, so basically he tells me how I need to awaken his power, and as it shows right here, it shows how this character right here I was basically, this is my point of view right here. This is me looking at that guy in the Dio Senko second mode. But Minakaze tells me that that's me from the future, but at the same time it's also me from the present, because I'm gonna awaken that power soon, but not too soon, but you know. So basically, once he says this is your destiny, basically I hear the voice fade away, and then I say wait. So let me go back. And as you can see, the transition from the camera angle 2 actually shows me as him. And my point of view is now me being that guy who's right in front of me, which I'm now the guy who's who's in front of me. And I is basically showing how I'm going to become, like, what this mode shows. So yeah, it's basically just showing the potential I have and all that stuff. Yeah, that's the best I can explain it. But yeah, and you know, this is all a dream, and then it, you know, transitions between me and the mode, showing exactly what does this mean. And then I wake up. So yeah, I wake up and then I basically just say it again, my destiny. Just like thinking about it. Yeah, and then, you know, the episode ends there. And then moving on to the next episode, I basically just train and I just train and figure out and ask my dad exactly about this power, and yeah. I basically train, well, first it starts off with me training my Rasengan, and yeah, just basically doing that. And then once I do that, I go into my mode. I wasn't trying to do that. It was, what was it? It was, yeah. And as you can see, thanks to this revamp, they have it where their eyes are like way different now, and it shows like some sort of light. Now, the explanation I'll put like somewhere in this story right here, that Dio got trapped in the dimension where as soon as he came out, he had a light in his eyes, which showed him nothing but truth, horror, and just full on just what was it? What did I say? Showed him truth, horror, and I'm gonna let it play. It showed him nothing but truth, horror, and despair. Yeah, so that's what it showed. But yeah, he basically went crazy in that dimension. So basically that's why when I use the mode, it puts a strain on my eyes, and that was a nice transition right there by me. But yeah, so basically it puts that's why I said why my eyes hurt so much. My body is being strained. I'm not used to the form, and at the same time the eyes just show so much. And later on it was supposed to show me visions of everything that happened in the past with and all that stuff, and what's to soon happen as well. But yeah, besides that, that was basically what was gonna happen there. Let me make sure I'm still recording, because yeah, okay. So yeah, I was supposed to show what happened in the past and all that stuff. And yeah, so that was what that whole little scene right there was for. And then basically Kasuke emphasizes on exactly what the power I had meant, and then he also explains something about Mari and what happened with Miro, and the reason for his situation and all that stuff. And yeah, my father was going off on a tangent talking about bringing back the name of bringing power back to the name of Senko and all that crap. But yeah, because they've been hidden for so many years because of their legendary power and all that crap and all that stuff. But and also talking about Mario right here, and the whole thing about Miro and the Jitsu that lets them transfer over the same, like their spirit for many generations and choose a candidate, and Mari was that candidate and all that stuff. And I show a little scene of Hashirama, quote unquote Hashirama, and what is it, Madara fighting right here. So yeah, That's basically what this was in the background. But besides that, basically, after that, I leave. But he also says to be careful, along with the demon inside of you, which he is speaking about the Nine Tails. Which I then show right here, and you can hear the sound effects of the, inside my stomach, the whole bubbles and stuff. But yeah, so it's basically just like it's basically symbolic of what it's supposed to. It's like what it's like, give you an idea what it's supposed to look like. You guys already know what the Nine Tails looks like, but just for the whole aspect of how it's like a demon and stuff. So with that being said, then we move on to this episode. This one is just a fight episode, and between me and Mori, and how he's able to copy my jutsus. I ain't gonna lie, we need to focus more on taijutsu, because it was just jutsu spamming right here, and just a bit of air combos, and not much taijutsu at all, which is very bad. Which is exactly why we're gonna emphasize that more, which is what basically the whole show of Naruto and Boruto is about. Just combat, not just jutsus. So yeah, I try adding voice lines here, but people were saying, or the cast was saying how, specifically Mario was saying that like Nandamo means over and over again by Sasuke, and clearly in the disclaimer it says, what's the name? What does it say? We do not voice the characters. All the words said in these quotes are put together. Just use your imagination and enjoy the episode. These voices were used for anime vibes for the Shindo series, which is not supposed to be taken seriously. And you should not be actually like trying to read into the words and see what they actually mean. Like, just enjoy the roleplay. Like, yeah, sure, I'll put Nandamo in there, but you got, even if you know where it's from, just don't even think about the meaning of it. Like, just have fun with the just hearing it, making it seem like it's more anime like. But yeah, besides that, basically we clash after this, and talks about how Shindai, which he was supposed to look more like Shindai, but it's okay. So Shindai was supposed to be the test subject for Kagaku to be resurrected using this is when they were first starting to build the Fate Spirit, which is shows Kagaku, which I couldn't get the hair. I was in a rush, but yeah, so we were trying to get the hair. I mean, not the hair. We were just getting the backstory for Kagaku and basically how she was going to use the Fate Spirits and stuff. But Iswa was trying to look out for him, but was giving his opinion on how she shouldn't really be resurrected, but Kagaku trying to put him in his place, and then in the end, Shindai says, "I'm not feeling good about this." Yeah, he said I have a bad feeling about the Fate project. So yeah, he was already just like in the lore Rail gave us. He had his exact suspicions about what was right and wrong about this and all that crap. And basically he's just saying how he doesn't really feel too good about the whole idea of this Fate project. So yeah, and then the episode ends off right there, which is being the last episode, and it was actually a nice cliffhanger too, which could have led on to the next episode being about how we just go into more filler, because first we went into Senko's history and then had a little fight scene in this episode, but then has more history, this time more on Miro, or no, not Miro, but Shindai. And yeah, it was basically just going to be emphasized on later on, but never got to that. We decided to remake the series one last time, and yeah. So basically, that's just all I wanted to do. Just tell you guys this is all just alternate reality from the series, and that this will be put in later because of a whole. You guys will see. It'll come into play nicely eventually once we do it. So yeah, once we do that, yeah. you'll see how it all comes into play. But this basically, I'm just telling you guys for right now, this is an alternative reality of this from the series of the Tale of Genesis, which yeah, so Shindoration's timeline, Tale of Genesis timeline. Just remember those two terms right there, and you guys should be good, and so that way you won't be confused. But yeah, it'll all come into play later, and it'll all look nice. So yeah, also be expecting the episode. Be expecting the episode soon. Be expecting it soon. There'll be filler morally in the first, just the first episodes and all that crap. But yeah, I already have the episodes kind of planned out, so we're just gonna see how everything turns out, and hopefully it'll turn out pretty good. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss another upload. And make sure to follow me on Twitter and join the Discord so you can come in with Savage Race, and so you can be updated on the Shindo series, and you can get some sneak peeks. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.
It's right here, and now I know that I can persevere. Go forward on my own. There's a bright and shining pure light coming through the darkness of the night. Now I can't help crying for my life in this endless time that I live inside. Take a closer look at who you are. It's reflected deep inside my heart. Always hold on tight, embrace the truth you spent all your life trying to protect.